In series 1, we will solve some of the questions from the past paper of NUST Entry Test. Let's begin with the first question. The first question states the argument and modulus of 1 plus iota over 1 minus iota. So to find argument first, let z is equal to 1 plus iota over 1 minus iota, and we will simplify this expression. To simplify this expression, we will multiply and divide the conjugate of denominator, which will be 1 plus iota. So the simplified expression will be 1 plus iota whole square over 1 square minus iota square, that will be equal to iota. So z is equal to iota. Now to find the argument, we will apply the formula of argument, which is tan inverse the coefficient of complex part, which is 1, and the coefficient of real part, which is 0. So 0, we know that tan inverse that will be equal to infinity, that will be equal to pi by 2. Tan inverse infinity is equal to pi by 2. Now to find the modulus, we have the formula square root a square plus b square. Here a is the coefficient of real part and b is the coefficient of complex part. So 0 square plus 1 square gives us 1. So modulus of 1 plus iota over 1 minus iota is 1, and the argument is pi by 2. D option is the right answer. The next question states simplify the given expression. So writing down the expression, which is 1 plus 2 iota plus 3 iota square over 1 minus 2 iota plus 3 iota square. We know that iota square is equal to minus 1. So we will put the value of iota square. Putting value will give us 1 plus 2 iota minus 3 over 1 minus 2 iota minus 3. So the simplified expression will be minus 2 plus 2 iota over minus 2 iota. Now we will apply the same theorem. We will multiply and divide the denominator conjugate, that will be minus 2 plus 2 iota. So that will be equal to minus 2 plus 2 iota whole square, and in the denominator it will be minus 2 square minus 2 iota square. When we will simplify this expression, that will be equal to minus iota. So the simplified expression of the given equation is minus iota. C option is the right answer. If x, 2x plus 2 and 3x plus 3 is a geometric progression, then find out the fourth term. So to find the fourth term in the geometric progression, first we will find the value of x in the GP. So to find the value of GP, we will apply the common ratio of geometric progression, which will be 2x plus 2 over x is equal to 3x plus 3 over 2x plus 2. So we will simplify both sides. This will be 2 plus 2 by x, and that will be equal to 3 by 2. So the value of x comes out to be equal to minus 4. So we will put this value of x in the geometric progression series, minus 4, minus 6, minus 9 up to so on. That is the series that will be formed if the value of x is minus 4. So to find the fourth term, we will first find the common ratio, which will be minus 6 over minus 4, that will give us 3 by 2. So r is 3 by 2, and now we have to find the fourth term. T4 will be T3 multiplied by r. So T3 here is minus 9. Minus 9 multiplied by 3 by 2 gives us the value minus 13.5. D option is the right answer. The next question states three numbers are in arithmetic progression whose sum is 33 and their product is 729. Then the least number we have to find. So let the numbers will be x minus d, x and x plus d. These are the three numbers that will make the sum equal to 33. So let's add up these numbers. X minus d plus x plus d will be equal to 33. Then the value of x will be equal to 11. So we have find out the value of x equal to 11. Now the other part states their product is 729. So putting value of x, 11 minus d into 11 into 11 plus d is equal to 729. So the value of d comes out to be equal to d square 49 and d will be 7. So the least number will be 11 minus 7, that will be equal to 4. A option is the right answer. The sum of numbers divisible by 9 between 100 and 1000. So we have to find the sum of numbers between 100 and 1000 that are divisible by 9. So we know that the numbers starting from 100 that are divisible by 9, the first number is 108, then the next number is 117, the next number is 126, and up to so on. The last number that will be divisible by 9 up to 1000 will be 999. So to find the sum of these all numbers, we will use this formula, that is Sn is equal to n by 2 a1 plus an. So here n is unknown, so to find n we will use this formula, an is equal to a1 plus n minus 1 into d. Here an is 999, that is the last number in the series, and a1 is the first number, which is 108, plus n minus 1, and d here is the difference, that is a2 minus a1, 117 minus 108, that gives us 9. So 9, the n value comes out to be equal to 100. So putting this value in the formula, S100, 100 by 2, 108 plus 999 gives us the value 55,350. A option is the right answer. If one root of equation ax square plus 3x minus 7 is equal to 0 is reciprocal of other, then we have to find the value of a. So here in this question it is given the one root is reciprocal of other. We will take roots, let alpha be one root and its reciprocal will be 1 over alpha. Now we will take product of roots, 1 over alpha is equal to c over a. Here c is minus 7, b is 3 and the value of a is a. So minus 7 by a, here alpha will cancel out with alpha, 1 will be equal to minus 7 over a and the value of a will be minus 7. C option is the right answer. If alpha beta are roots of the equation 4x square plus 3x plus 7 is equal to 0, then we have to find the value of 1 plus alpha cube plus beta 1 over beta cube. We know that the formula of 1 over alpha cube plus 1 over beta cube is equal to alpha plus beta whole cube minus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta, and in the denominator alpha beta whole cube. So we will take sum of roots and product of roots and put the values in this formula. So taking sum of roots, alpha plus beta will be equal to minus 3 over 4. We know that it is equal to minus b over a. So we have put the values of b, which is 3, and a is 4, c is here 7. Alpha beta will be equal to c over a, which will be equal to 7 by 4. So now putting values in the formula, minus 3 by 4 whole cube minus 3, 7 by 4 into minus 3 by 4, and in the denominator 7 by 4 whole cube. When we will simplify this expression, the value comes out to be 225 divided by 343. So C option is the right answer. There are 9 chairs in a room on which 6 men are to be seated. One of them is a guest for whom there is a particular chair. So one chair is specified for a guest. In how many ways the remaining chairs can be seated for the men? So one chair is specified, then the remaining chairs will be 8. So the total number of arrangements will be 8p5 will be 8 factorial over 8 minus 5 factorial, that will give us 8 factorial over 3 factorial, that is equal to 6 7, 20. So A option is the total number of arrangements for the 9 chairs if one chair is specified. If NPR is equal to 840 and NCR is equal to 35, then we have to find the value of R. We know the relation of NPR and NCR, which is NCR multiplied by R factorial is equal to NPR. So we will put the values. 35 multiplied by R factorial is equal to 840. R factorial will be equal to 24, and we know that 24 is the factorial of 4. So 4 factorial cancel out with the 4, and R will be equal to 4. So the value of R is 4. B option is the right answer. In how many ways n books can be arranged in a line so that two particular books are not together? So here total number of books are n, and we have to make total arrangements. Total arrangements will be of n books will be n factorial, because the number of books is n. So the total arrangements for n books will be n factorial. Now this is the condition when two particular books are not together. If two particular books are together, then the arrangement is n minus 1 factorial multiplied by 2. This is the arrangement if two books are together, but there is a condition that the books are not together. So for that the arrangements will be n factorial minus 2 books into n minus 1 factorial. So we know that n factorial can be written as n into n minus 1 factorial. So putting the value of n factorial in equation 1 will give us n into n minus 1 factorial minus 2 into n minus 1 factorial. N minus 1 factorial will be taken as common, and the simplified answer will be n minus 1 factorial into n minus 2. So B option is the right answer. A question paper consists of two sections A and B, each having 5 questions. In how many ways can a candidate answer 6 questions having selected at least 2 questions from each section? So the candidate had to select at least 2 questions from each section. So there will be 3 possibilities. He can select 2 questions from section A and 4 questions from section B. This is the first possibility. The second possibility can be he can select 3 questions from section A and 3 questions from section B. Similarly, the third possibility will be he or she can select 4 questions from section A and 2 questions from section B. So these are the 3 possibilities that will be possible if at least 2 questions from each section have to be selected. So these two, if we look out, these two are same. So using combination, the formula will be 5, the total number of questions, C2 multiplied by 5 C4, because these possibilities are 2 times, so we will multiply this by 2 times, and plus 5 C3 multiplied by 5 C3 for second possibility. So when we will solve this, the value comes out to be 100 for this part and 100 for this part. So 200, C option is the right answer. In the expansion of 3x square minus 2 by x cube raised to the power n, 9th term is independent of x, then we have to find the value of n. So we know that the general term formula is t to the base r plus 1 is equal to ncr dot a raised to the power n minus r p raised to the power r. So we are given 9th term, so r will be 8 because r plus 1 is equal to 9, and then r will be equal to 8. So putting the values in the formula of general term formula to find the term independent of x, T9 is equal to NC8 dot A here is 3x square, so 3x square raised to the power n minus 8 dot here b is 2 by x cube, so 2 by negative sign x cube raised to the power 8. So for term independent of x, we will take the variable x and its powers, that will be 2n minus 16 minus 24 is equal to 0, then the value of n comes out to be equal to 20. So the term independent of x with the value of n is equal to 20. B option is the right answer. In equation 1 plus x whole square divided by 1 minus x whole cube, the coefficient of x raised to the power n is, so we have to find the coefficient of x raised to the power n in the given equation. So to find x raised to the power n coefficient, we will first simplify this equation. We know that 1 minus x raised to the power minus 3, when it goes in the numerator, it can be written as 1 plus 3x plus 6x square plus up to r plus 1 into r plus 2 divided by 2 with the coefficient of x, that will be x raised to the power r. It gets multiplied, so I'll write here. So this is the simplified expression for 1 minus x whole raised to the power minus 3. So we know that 1 plus x whole square can be written as 1 plus 2x plus x square, and this simplified expression in the place of 1 minus x raised to the power minus 3, 1 plus 3x plus 6x square plus up to r plus 1 into r plus 2 divided by 2 x raised to the power r. So we have to find the coefficient of x raised to the power n. So to find the coefficient of x raised to the power n, we will multiply this with only these terms. So when we will multiply this, the value comes out to be equal to, we will replace r is equal to n, since we can write this as r is equal to n. So multiplying n plus 1 into n plus 2 over 2 plus 2 into n plus 1 into n divided by 2 plus n minus 1 into n divided by 2. When we will simplify this expression taking LCM, 4n square plus 4n plus 2 over 2, that is equal to, taking 2 common and cancelling it with the denominator, 2n square plus 2n plus 1. So this is the coefficient of x raised to the power n for the equation 1 plus x square over 1 minus x whole cube. B option is the right answer. Which of the following matrices is skew symmetric matrix? So we know that for any matrix to be skew symmetric, its transpose should be is equal to negative of that matrix. So looking on to the matrices here, the first matrix, let A is equal to 0, 4, 5, minus 4, 0, minus 6 and minus 5, 6, 0. When we will take its transpose, it will become 0, 4, 5, minus 4, 0, minus 6, minus 5, 6, 0, and when we will take its negative common, it will become the same original matrix 0, 4, 5, minus 4, 0, minus 6 and minus 5, 6, 0. This is the same original matrix. So this matrix is skew symmetric matrix. A option is the right answer. The next question states, find the value of lambda for which the given matrix is non-singular. We know that any matrix is non-singular if its determinants is not equal to 0. This is the condition for a matrix to be non-singular. So to find whether this matrix is non-singular, we'll put the values from the given options of lambda and find out the determinant. If we put lambda value equal to minus 17 in the matrix, minus 17, minus 1, 4, and then takes its determinant minus 3, 0, 1, minus 1, 1, 2, will come to know that its determinant is equal to 0. So the value of lambda should not be equal to minus 17. Then this matrix will be a non-singular matrix. So right option will become B option. The value of A minus B over B minus A will be, so writing expression which is A minus B over B minus A, let take negative common from the numerator, it will become B minus A over B minus A. These both will cancel out and we will get minus 1. So minus 1 is clearly less than 0. So the value of this expression A minus B over B minus A will be always less than 0. B option is the right answer. What is the slope of tangent to curve y is equal to e raised to the power 2x square at x is equal to 0? So to find the slope, we will take its derivative and then put the value x is equal to 0. So taking derivative dy by dx will be 4x into e raised to the power 2x square. Now we will put x is equal to 0 in this expression. The derivative comes out to be equal to 0. So the slope of tangent of this equation is 0. A option is the right answer. The length of perpendicular from the origin to a line is 5 units and the inclination of the perpendicular is 120 degree. Then slope of the line is equal to what? So here let's make a origin line and the line is 5 units and there is another line which touches this original line and the angle of this line is 120 degree. So we have to find the slope of this line. So we will make angles, because this angle is 120 degree, then this angle will be obviously 60 degree. This is a perpendicular line, so this angle will be of 90 degree. So we know that any triangle makes internal angle equal to 180 degree. So if 90 plus 60 is equal to 150, then this angle will be equal to 30 degree. So to find the slope of this line, we have a formula which is m is equal to tan theta. So here the slope of the angle which this line makes with the perpendicular line is 30 degree. So the slope will be tan 30 degree, which is equal to 1 by square root 3. B option is the right answer. The next question states which of the following options is not true. So looking on to the options here, sin x is equal to minus 1 over 5. We know that it is true because the range of sin x lies between minus 1 to 1. Cos x is equal to 1. This is also true because the range of cos x lies between, similarly to sin x, minus 1 to 1. Secant x is equal to 1 by 2. This is not true because the range of secant x never lies between minus 1 and 1. So the range of secant x never lies between minus and 1. C option is the right answer. The next question states if secant theta plus tan theta is equal to p, then we have to find the value of secant theta. So to find the value of secant theta, we will put the value secant theta plus tan theta is equal to p into the options and find which option satisfies the given condition. So putting the value in A option here, 1 by 2, here p is secant theta plus tan theta, so plus 1 over p will be secant theta plus tan theta. So when we will simplify this, we know that secant theta plus tan theta is also equal to 1 over secant theta minus tan theta. So we will use this formula here. So putting the value 1 over secant theta minus tan theta plus 1 over secant theta plus tan theta. Now we will take LCM and simplify. 1 by 2 will be equal to secant theta plus tan theta plus secant theta minus tan theta in the numerator these two will cancel out, and in the denominator it will be the formula of a square minus b square, that will be equal to secant square theta minus tan square theta. We know that secant square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. So 1 by 2 will be equal to 2 secant theta. 2 will cancel out with 2 and we will get secant theta. So this is the value 1 by 2 into p plus 1 by p satisfies the condition here. So the value of secant theta will be A option, 1 by 2 into p plus 1 by p. The next question states find the value of cot into pi by 4 plus theta into cot pi by 4 minus theta. So looking on to this expression, this is the formula of cot A plus b and this is the formula of cot A minus b. We know that cot A plus b is equal to cot A into cot b minus 1 over cot A plus cot b. Similarly, for cot A minus b, we have the formula which is equal to cot A into cot b plus 1 and in the denominator cot A minus cot b. So simply we will put the values in the formula and multiply both of them. Putting values, cot pi by 4 into cot theta minus 1 over cot pi by 4 plus cot theta multiplied by cot pi by 4 into cot theta plus 1 into cot pi by 4 minus cot theta. So cot pi by 4 is equal to 1. So cot theta minus 1 in the numerator and 1 plus cot theta in the denominator. Similarly, cot theta plus 1, 1 minus cot theta. When we will take LCM and multiply numerators, we will get the answer equal to 1. So the answer of this expression is equal to 1. B option is the right answer. The next question states find the inverse of minus iota. So to find the inverse, we will take it in the denominator and multiply the conjugate and divide it also. So iota over minus iota square, we know that iota square is equal to minus 1. So iota over minus into minus 1, that will give us iota. So the inverse of minus iota is iota. A option is the right answer. The next question states find the value of cos 105 degree plus sin 105 degree. So we know that we can write this expression as cos 1 into 90 plus 15 degree plus sin 1 into 90 plus 15 degree. So when cos is multiplied by odd number, so it will be into minus sin 15 degree, and sin when multiplied by odd number, it is converted into plus cos into beta, which is 15 degree. So 15. Now we will put the values of minus sin 15 is square root 3 minus 1 over 2 square root 2 plus cos 15 is square root 3 plus 1 over 2 square root 2. So simplifying this expression will give us 1 over square root 2. D option is the right answer. The next question states find the period of tan 3 theta. So we know that the formula of period of any trigonometric function is standard period of that trigonometric function. We know that the standard period of tan function is pi and coefficient of x term in the denominator. So coefficient of x term in this case is 3. So putting the values pi over 3, C option is the right answer. The next question states if cos inverse 1 by x is equal to theta, then we have to find the value of tan theta. So we will make a triangle here, making a triangle with the base is equal to 1 and hypotenuse is equal to x, because we know that cos is equal to base over hypotenuse. So now we will find perpendicular with the triangle formula. So finding hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. We will use this formula and find perpendicular, which will be equal to x square minus 1 square root. So we know that tan theta is equal to perpendicular over base. So perpendicular here is square root x square minus 1 and base is 1. So the answer will be x square minus 1 under root. B option is the right answer. The next question states find the value of x if the equation sine into sine inverse 1 by 5 plus cos inverse x is equal to 1. So writing down the equation, sine into sine inverse 1 by 5 plus cos inverse x is equal to 1. So taking sine to the right hand side of the equation, then it becomes sine inverse 1 by 5 plus cos inverse x is equal to sine inverse 1. We know that the value of sine inverse 1 is pi by 2. So putting the value of sine inverse 1 in the equation, cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Now this is the theorem which states sine inverse alpha plus cos inverse alpha is always equal to pi by 2. So relating this theorem here, the value of x should be the same, the value of sine inverse alpha, which is 1 by 5 to satisfy the theorem. So the value of x should be 1 by 5. D option is the right answer. The next question states find the value of cos inverse 1 by 2 plus 2 sine inverse 1 by 2. So writing down the values of cos inverse 1 by 2, we know that it is equal to pi by 3 and sine inverse 1 by 2 is equal to pi by 6. So putting the values in the equation, pi by 3 plus 2 pi by 6 will give us 2 pi by 3. So D option is the right answer. The number of triangles formed by 4 points when no 3 points are collinear. So there are total number of 4 points and the condition here is no 3 points are collinear. So using combination formula here, NCR, so here n is 4 and r is 3, putting the values 4 C3. So when we will solve this, the value comes out to be equal to 4. So there are 4 number of triangles. A option is the right answer. The next question states in triangle ABC, if A is 16, B is 24 and C is 20, then find the value of cos beta by 2. We know the formula of cos beta by 2 is equal to square root s into s minus b over AC. Here only s is unknown. We know its formula also, which is a plus b plus c over 2. So 16 plus 24 plus 20 by 2 gives us the value equal to 30. So putting the value of s in the formula of cos beta by 2, it will be 30 into 30 minus 24. In the denominator it will be 16 multiplied by 20. So the value comes out to be equal to 180 divided by 320, which is equal to 3 by 4. A option is the right answer. The next question states which of the following options is a diameter of circle with equation x square plus y square minus 6x minus 8y minus 9 is equal to 0. So first we will write this equation into the standard form of a circle equation, which is x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equal to r square. H and k represent center of circle and r is the diameter of circle. So when we will rewriting the given equation into the standard form of the circle, so when we will rewrite this equation will become x minus 3 whole square plus y minus 4 whole square is equal to 34. So the center of circle here h is 3, so 3 and 4 is the center of circle and radius here is 34. So radius here is square root 34, so diameter will be 2 square root 34, but here we have to identify which equation satisfies the condition. So putting the value of center of the circle in the options, and we will see which option satisfies the condition. So if we put the value in the C option here, 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. So only C option satisfies the condition. So C option is the right answer. The number of tangents from point -1 to 2 to circle x square plus y square plus 2x minus 4y plus 4 is equal to 0. So here we are given the equation of circle. So again we will rewrite it in the standard form of the circle, which is x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equal to r square. So rewriting this equation into the standard form of circle, it will become x plus 1 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square is equal to 1. So here h is minus 1 and k is 2 and r square is equal to 1. So r will be 1. So the points are again minus 1 and 2. So clearly these points are at the center of the circle. So when these points are at the center of circle, so we cannot make a tangent line from the center of circle. So there are 0 number of tangents line from the point -1 to 2 for the given equation. So D option is the right answer. If the line y is equal to mx plus c touches the circle x square plus y square minus 4y is equal to 0, then we have to find the value of c. So to find the value of c, first we will rewrite the equation of circle in its standard form. So rewriting x minus 0 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square is equal to 2 square. So here this is the standard form of the circle equation. So h and k are 0 and 2. So these are the center of the circle and the radius of circle is 2. So we will apply the condition for tangency, which states ax1 plus by1 plus c modulus is in the denominator square root a square plus b square. So we will find the values from this equation. This equation will become mx1 plus c minus y1 is equal to 0. So these are the values of a, c and b. So putting the values, d is equal to mx1 minus 1 into y1 plus c modulus, and in the denominator m square plus 1. So for the line to be tangent to the circle, the distance must be equal to the radius, which is r is equal to 2. So putting d is equal to 2, the equation will become and x1 y1 are 0 and 2. So we will put these points into the formula of condition of tangency. So putting these points, the equation will become c minus 2 over m square plus 1 square root. So rearranging this, c will become 2 into 1 plus square root m square plus 1. So C option is the right answer. The next question states find the value of limit x approaches to infinity for the equation 1 plus 1 by x raised to the power 7x. So we will use this theorem which states limit x approaches to infinity of 1 plus 1 by x raised to the power x, then it is equal to exponential function e. So relating this theorem to the given equation, the given equation is x approaches to infinity 1 plus 1 by x raised to the power 7x. So its answer will become e raised to the power 7. B option is the right answer. The next question states find the derivative of sine inverse 3x minus 4x cube. So if we look onto the equation given to us, this is the known identity of sine 3 theta. So sine 3 theta is equal to 3 sine theta minus 4 sine cube theta. So let sine 3 theta is equal to x, then we'll get sine 3 theta is equal to 3x minus 4x cube, and 3 theta will be equal to sine inverse 3x minus 4x cube, and since we have taken sine 3 theta is equal to x, then from this equation theta will be equal to sine inverse x. So putting the value 3 sine inverse x is equal to sine of inverse 3x minus 4x cube. So we will put this simplified expression in the place of the given equation and then find the derivative. So we know that the derivative of 3 sine inverse x will be 3 over square root 1 minus x square. So A option is the right answer. The next question states, which of the following options is focused on the parabola with the equation y square minus x minus 2y plus 2 is equal to 0? First, we will rearrange this equation into the standard form of parabola. So when we will rearrange this, the equation will become y minus 1 whole square is equal to x minus 1. So now this is in the standard form of hyperbola. So we will relate this equation to the standard form of hyperbola x minus h. Here h and k are 1 and 1, and for p is equal to 1, then the value of p will be equal to 1 by 4. Since this is a horizontally oriented parabola that opens to the right, then the formula to find the focus of this equation will be h plus p and k. Putting values in the formula of focus, 1 plus 1 by 4 and 1, the answer will be 5 by 4, 1. D option is the right answer. If the line y is equal to mx plus 1 is tangent to parabola y square is equal to 4x, then we have to find the slope. So we will put the value of y into the equation of parabola and find the slope. So putting the value into the given equation, that will become mx plus 1 whole square is equal to 4x. So when we will expand and simplify the equation will become m square x square plus 2m minus 4 into x plus 1 is equal to 0. So for the line to be tangent to the parabola, this quadratic equation in x must have exactly one solution. This will only happen when the discriminant of the quadratic equation is 0. So b square minus 4ac should be equal to 0. So we will put the values of b, which is 2m minus 4 whole square minus 4 into m square into 1 is equal to 0. So when we will solve this equation, the value of m comes out to be equal to 1. So the slope of y is equal to mx plus 1 is 1. A option is the right answer. The eccentricity of the hyperbola which passes through points 3, 0 and 3 square root 2 and 2. So we know that the formula of eccentricity of hyperbola is 1 plus b square over a square. Here a and b are unknown, and we will find the values of a and b from the standard equation of hyperbola, which is x square over a square minus y square over b square is equal to 1. So we will put the points one by one into the standard form of hyperbola and then find the values of a and b. So first putting the point 3, 0 into the equation, minus 0 square over b square is equal to 1. Then the value of a comes out to be equal to 9. A square is equal to 9, then a will be equal to 3. So now we will put the points, second point 3 square root 2 whole square over a square, which is 9, minus 2 square over b square is equal to 1. So the value of b from this comes out to be equal to 2. So now putting the values into the eccentricity formula, which is 1 plus b square over a square, so 4 by 9, this gives us the square root 13 by 3. So eccentricity of hyperbola with these points is square root 13 by 3. B option is the right answer. The next question states, simplify the given equation cos theta plus iota sine theta raised to the power 2 when multiplied by cos 2 theta plus iota sine 2 theta raised to the power 5. So we will apply the Euler's formula here, which states if e raised to the power iota theta is equal to cos theta plus iota sine theta, then e I 2x can also be written as cos 2x plus iota sine 2x. So we will apply this theorem to the given equation. So applying this theorem, cos 2 theta plus iota sine 2 theta, this bracket will become cos 10 theta, because the power is 5, so when 5 is multiplied by 2, it will become cos 10 theta plus iota sine 10 theta. So now if we know that a raised to the power m dot a raised to the power n, then their powers get added. So simply this property is using cos 12 theta plus iota sine 12 theta. So this is the simplified answer of the given expression. B option is the right answer. The next question states, which of the following options does not represent a hyperbola? So the next question states, which of following does not represent a hyperbola? So looking on to the options here, the first option is xy is equal to 1. So this is the standard form of rectangular hyperbola. Standard form of rectangular hyperbola. So this does satisfies the condition x square minus y square is equal to 5. This is also the standard form of hyperbola if we rewrite this equation as x square over 5 minus y square over 5 is equal to 1. So when we rearrange it, this is the standard form of hyperbola equation, which is x square over a minus y square over b is equal to 1. So this satisfies the standard form of hyperbola. So this is also an equation. X minus 1 into y minus 1 is equal to 3. This also satisfies the standard form of hyperbola. But if we look onto the D option here, it can be written as x minus y into x plus y. So these are two lines which are x is equal to y and y is equal to minus x. So these two lines are intersecting at origin. So this equation is not a hyperbola. These are two lines. So D option is the right answer. The next question states, if foci of the two given conics are concentric, then we have to find the value of B. So looking on to the equations given to us, this equation is the equation of ellipse and this is the equation of hyperbola. So we will relate the foci of hyperbola and ellipse. We know that C ellipse is equal to C hyperbola. So the C ellipse formula is equal to C square is equal to A square minus B square, and for hyperbola C square is equal to A square plus B square. So first we will find the foci of hyperbola. So when we will rearrange this equation into the standard form of hyperbola, this will become x square is equal to 144 by 25 minus y square is equal to 81 by 25 is equal to 1. So this is the standard form of hyperbola. Now here a square is 144 by 25 and b square is 81 by 25. So c square will be easily known. Rearranging in the formula, c square will be equal to 144 by 25 plus 81 by 25. This will give us the value 9. So c is equal to 3. This is the foci of hyperbola. Now we have to find the foci of ellipse from this equation. So finding foci of ellipse, c will become, here a square is 16. So we know that the c of ellipse and c of hyperbola is equal. So putting this value into the formula of c ellipse, which is a square minus b square, a square is known and c of ellipse is equal to c of hyperbola. So 3 is equal to 16 minus b square. So b will be equal to square root 7. C option is the right answer. थिंक स्टडी एंड लर्न आज ही डाउनलोड करें और ख्वाबों को एडमिशन लेटर्स में बदलना शुरू करें।